on 1019 WDET. I'm Kerry Jr. II. Sounds from across the globe are coming to Detroit this weekend. The Concert of Colors Music Festival returns for its 34th year, and it will feature artists from the continent of Africa to the Caribbean to Latin America, and all the shows are free. And the celebration will be held throughout the Cass Corridor in Detroit, and it begins this Wednesday, July 16th, and runs through Sunday the 20th. WDET is a proud partner of the Concert of Colors, and our own Ishmael Ahmed is the person responsible for leading this one-of-a-kind music festival. He's also the host of WDET's This Island Earth, which airs Fridays 10 to midnight and Sundays from 3 to 5 p.m. Ishmael Ahmed is here with me now. Ishmael, it's good to have you back here on the Metro. Good morning.
Good morning, and good morning, planetary citizens, kings, queens, and in-betweens, and brothers and sisters.
Give a shout out to all your listeners for sure. Okay, so Ishmael, Concert of Colors. When I look at the poster, some big names jump out to me. Let's start with the headliners. Who's all coming this year?
Depends on how you look at the world, but some of the bigger headliners will be Mavis Staples. She's getting up there a bit. Maybe your last chance to check her out. War is celebrating their 50th anniversary. They've played the Concert of Colors 6 times. They'll be playing outside, which will kind of be fun. So you can really party with them. Femi Kuti, son of Fela Kuti, and probably the top Afrobeat artist in the world right now. And then there's a couple bands that I would mention that people might not think about.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Yola Tango was one.
Yeah.
I actually am surprised. I have heard so much about Yola Tango coming. I didn't realize they'd become that popular. But bands that people may not have heard of, like Spanglish Fly.
Oh, wow.
Now, Spanglish Fly is a boogaloo band.
Okay.
Boogaloo music was big in New York. It's a black Spanish thing out of New York. And this is the top boogaloo band in the country.
Can you describe for me a little bit like what boogaloo sounds like?
Boogaloo has a very Latin salsa sound, but it's very pop and very American at the same time. And then another Latin band is Ilure, which is kind of a Spanish-speaking reggae power pop band. It's only 3 people, but they make a lot of great noise.
I want you to talk a little bit about the local bands, because what's really special about Concert of Colors is that there are these big names that you're naming here, and they're from around the world, and they're all types of these unique genres. But there are also, some folks that are right from around the corner, people in your neighborhood, and discovering some of these newer acts you can see at the festival is really cool too. So who are you particularly looking forward to showcasing?
Well, I'd like to see Shadow Show. I haven't seen them. We've had them live here on WDET. It's an all-women's rock band.
That's cool.
There's also something going on at the Historical Museum, which we're calling MENA Rocks, Middle East North African Rock. And it's 3 acts in a row. Sean Blackman, Detroit's best world guitarist, is working with Victor Ghanem, a Palestinian oud player, and Dave McMurray to do a jazz Arab thing. Laith El Sadi, who I think was runner-up, I think it's American Idol, a great blues musician, but he's Arabic in background. And then we're bringing in a band from Morocco called Bab La Blues, Home of the Blues. And people know that the blues come from Mali, but they also come from Morocco. So they represent that sound. There'll also be a whole Arab thing put on. Actually, it's not Arab. It's called Artivism, which is a thing being put on by the Arab American National Museum at the Spotlight Club.
Wow.
They usually have the big forum for the Concert of Colors
Yeah.
at the Arab Museum, but this year they're doing it at the Spotlight Club, and they're having speakers and musicians and artists from all over the world talking about art and its ability to make change. And then there'll be performances there as well. And that'll be taking place Saturday, I think, from noon to 3 o'clock.
Wow. So there's a lot going on this weekend. I as you can see, I pulled out a pen because I needed to write down some of these artists. Just dropped it. I need to write down some of these artists that you mentioned. Can you actually, I do want to know, can you remind me of the Arab jazz group that's going to be here? That sounds amazing.
It's Victor Hanan and Sean Blackman and Dave McMurray.
Got it.
So 3 great instrumentalists coming together to do something special.
So can you talk about some of the discussions that you're saying is going to be there too? What is some of the forums going to be about? What are the conversations going to be about? What are some of the details that you're trying to unpack? Because, when people think about music, you can easily get stuck in your own silo. But this concert, this festival is almost like built to break all the walls down from what you used to listen to.
You got it exactly right. We live behind all of these walls, whether they're political or cultural or just where we live, and it's an opportunity to break through. And so I think we have the forum. We usually have multiple forums and musicians that provide things. For instance, there will be a Bhangra dance-a-thon, which is East Indian, Bhangra dancing. We always see it on TV. They'll teach you how to do it, and then they will have DJs and dancers to do it with you.
Like a dance class.
Right.
That's cool.
And then there'll also be a East Indian jazz group who are really making a lot of noise on the West Coast named Asha Puthi. Now, most people haven't heard of her, and what we like to do is break new bands in Detroit.
Right. I mean, I feel like, too, people who come here, they get exposed to so many new things, and I want to hear a little bit about that. First, I want to remind the listeners who are just tuning in that they're listening to the Metro on WDET. My name is Kerry Jr., and we're talking about the Concert of Colors. It's the longest-running diversity in music festival in America. It was founded and is run by WDET's own Ishmael Ahmed. He's also the host of WDET's This Island Earth. And the festival, Concert of Colors, it's free this weekend, and it runs from Wednesday through Sunday. So, Ishmael.
So let me break a myth, if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
I didn't create the Concert of Colors.
Okay.
It's a collective thing.
Fair.
And it's always been collective. It was started by New Detroit, which is an organization that came into existence after the rebellion. You know that thing they call the riot? We call it the rebellion.
In 67.
Because it was more like that. And the big corporations and the big community groups got together, mainly black and white, to try to assure some reforms so that didn't happen again. But they did not pay much attention to the other communities of color. And so they asked a few of us, how can we attack that? And we said, their culture. They're proud of their cultures. They have something to share that'll bring people together. And so we started a group called the Cultural Exchange Committee, which still exists. There are 68 groups, everyone from the Urban League to Tribes for Vibes, Asian Americans for Justice, and so many more work together to do the Concert of Colors, and we're doing concerts in the neighborhoods now, too. Wow. And so we started out doing concerts in the neighborhoods, and they were so successful that Mayor Young came to us and said, I will give you Shade Park. So we moved to Shade Park. Our first year, we had 10,000 people. In 10 years, we had 100,000 people coming. And everyone from Little Richard to Eddie Palmieri performing and lots of local artists. And we continue on. We're back in the neighborhoods now, doing stuff year-round with community groups, hoping to help develop communities and work with them to do performances.
You listed a number of partnerships that you all work with. I also want to talk about some of the partners that you have for the festival. They're on the festival poster. There are 24 already on that poster, including WDET. How do you manage that many different groups and their interests, and they're wanting to platform and expose their culture, and get to make a lineup, and you've got to make sure you balance all of those things? What is that like?
Well, it's a different relationship with each of the arts organizations. That group of 24 are mostly arts and media organizations. And with them, it's a different relationship with each. For instance, the symphony has an outdoor stage, and U of M Detroit has an outdoor stage. It happens to be the same stage. Mm-hmm. And they provide the performances, and we just help them to promote it. Others, like the DIA, we share the cost, do the staging together. They put in probably $150,000 a year. The Historical Museum. So we have 24 partners like that, plus the 96 partners that are in the Cultural Exchange Committee. So it's quite a group. And the Cultural Exchange Committee is year-round. They meet every couple of months and not only work on the Concert of Colors, but things that will bring those communities together, challenges in the community, for instance, killing maybe, racist killing, or an opportunity to do community development, or another kind of opportunity. So we really are a full thing. And with our media partners, I really want to do a shout out to WDET. WDET has been with us the entire time. And sometimes they broadcast it in full or in part. This year, Ann DeLisi and Rob Reinhart will be doing their show Saturday and Sunday from the DIA. And you can come out and visit them. Come out and say hello to them and give them a pat on the back for the work they're doing. The Don Was show with Ann will be at the Aretha. The Aretha, it used to be in Shade Park. We're returning there. So many people have asked us to do it. Mm-hmm. And there we will have Mavis Staples, and Babla Blues will be playing there, and a band called the Lovelocks out of Dayton, Ohio. They're kind of Dayton, Ohio's top African-American band. No. And also an African drum group from right here in Detroit called the Amun-Ra Drummers.
Oh, cool. Now, you've been listing in this conversation, Ishmael, a number of different venues where people can go to find it. And so I think what's helpful for people to know is that Concert of Colors is not going to be in just one place. There's different venues across the city, outdoor, indoor. Can you just list a few of the kind of marquee venues the festival will be?
Well, we'll be in 12 venues. We'll be starting out on Wednesday at the DIA, where we're going to have something called the Fourth Light Project. I don't think there's ever been anything like it in Detroit.
What is that?
Fourth Light Project is it's a live band, but it is so virtual. It has like virtual dervishes, lasers, lights. It takes up the entire room of the film theater at the DIA, and that's free. And on Thursday, we'll be at the Historical Museum, but we'll also be outside of the Symphony. And then Thursday evening, we're going to get together with the folks from Third Man Records and Gretchen Gonzalez Davidson. Gretchen is an amazing, amazing artist and woman. She's been in a lot of Detroit underground bands, and she's putting together a noise festival. Literally a festival of some of the top artists in the United States, including Don Was, and they have two performances, one in the factory and one in the regular venue.
Wow.
And Roe and the folks at Third Man are going to make it a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
If you're going to that, you might want to register at Third Man because it's going to be overflowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what's important to know for listeners too is that most of the concert, or not all of the concert, is free. Correct?
All of the concert is free. Some things are kind of sold out, like the Don Was show last time we had it went around the block. Everybody
wow.
did not
You just
get
couldn't
in.
fit. Yeah.
So this year, Don will be performing on Saturday night, and he's doing a blues review, including Mitch Ryder. Mitch just put out a new album, but there'll be Mitch Ryder, Thornetta Davis, a whole set of major blues artists will be performing there. And while we're at it, I want to talk about what will be preceding him. Something completely unusual. Folks who listen to WDET are familiar with Mike E. Mike is a rapper of Ethiopian descent. And I talked with Mike earlier this year and said, I know you know Ethiopian artists from all over North America. Why don't you pull them all together and do a giant Ethiopian thing from Detroit to Ethiopia, he's calling it. So there'll be Detroit musicians, but dozens of Ethiopian musicians and dancers. So if you want to see something both Detroit, Ethiopian, and unique, you may want to come from Detroit to Ethiopia.
Wow, Ishmael, this definitely sounds like a concert that can't be missed by anyone, but unfortunately, because some places are sold out, they might be. I do, before we wrap up, have one last question for you.
Before you do that,
Sure.
would be remiss if I didn't also say, before that, Wendell Harrison will be performing with his band as well. Not to be missed.
Not to be missed. Why do you think the world needs the Concert of Colors? Why is this a necessary thing for people to not only go to, but the reason for why you all created it in the first place?
Well, to be frank, this is a dangerous time. There's a lot of dividers out there, a lot of people who are worried about themselves and don't have the collective in mind and the progress of all of us. So more than any time in history, we've got to come together. We've got to stand up for each other. We're all in this together, as I always say. And this is one opportunity to be in it together.
All right. Ishmael Ahmed is the founder and organizer of the Concert of Colors, founder along with a lot of other folks who have been supporting you throughout the years. He's also the host of WDET's This Island Earth, which airs Sundays from 3 to 5 p.m. and Fridays 10 to midnight. WDET is a proud partner of the Concert of Colors. And in addition to seeing Ishmael at the festival, Don Was will be playing with the All-Star Review. Ishmael's listed number of folks who will be there. And Delisi, Rob Reinhart will also broadcast from the DIA, which is where you can also catch a live DJ set from Liz Warner and Shigeto. A lot of WDET represented at the Concert of Colors. Again, the concert is Wednesday to Sunday this week. All events are free. The complete festival schedule is at concertofcolors.com. Ishmael, thanks so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you so much.
Coming up, LGBTQ rights and representation have increased, but Latino LGBTQ representation is often overlooked. We'll learn about the history of the Latino LGBTQ community next. Stay right there. We'll be right back on the Metro.